Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. I hope you're all doing well. Our first live stream of the week, and we're gearing up, of course, to the A380 being released at some point tomorrow. So I'll talk a little bit more about my plans later on for tomorrow. Yeah. Very, very excited. We're doing a normal real ops flight this afternoon. We're currently in Venice, and in fact, just let me show you the view in Venice. Look at this. There we go. That's Venice at the moment, where we're currently sat, all waiting to prep and go. We're heading up to Amsterdam, chasing that sunset. Hopefully a bit of VATSIM ATC online as well. VATSIM is alive tonight. So many aircraft on there, and sadly, so many A380 aircraft on there as well. As I'm sure many of you know, that it has been leaked. Some people have got it, although they've not actually got the build that's going to be released tomorrow. It's kind of an old one, and I've also been reading terrible things about viruses included with it. I had been offered it to sort of pre-stream early by a couple of people, and I politely declined, mainly out of respect and fairness to the fly-by-wire guys who have obviously been working so hard on this for 4 years. So I'm quite happy to wait another 24 hours because I think it's going to be absolutely tremendous. So looking forward to that tomorrow, showcasing it all for you guys. We will of course be streaming it live tomorrow, and hopefully a nice decent length flight as well, where we can really sort of delve into how that's going to work. Alright, so looking at you guys coming on board. Hey DC, Steve, hey Steve, Vince, Tobias, Bruh, Mark, TyTubers, hello guys, Virtual Easy Pilot, namesake, hello, hey Mona, good to see you as well, Captain A320, good afternoon, hey Uncle Smusson, and over on Twitch as well, hey Liam, I hope you're doing well as well. Old Man's also in the house, fantastic. Yes, so our flight today, real ops flight, so we're on with doing things properly today, as we take our little baby 319 on its real world flight between Venice and Amsterdam. But yeah, I think that looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? Hey Kevin, good to see you as well. Airbus guy as well, also in the house. Hey Bobby, good to see you as well. Also today we've got a bit of AI cabin crew. We've got Say Intentions, that's going to be running alongside all of our flights now, a cabin crew to help us along, which should be good fun. Right, well, I'm not going to go back to the briefing room. Let's stick with this to see if instead of going to the briefing room, this view looks beautiful. So yeah, we'll stick with that. Here is our operational flight plan, so we'll go through it, we'll brief everything. As I said, this is a real ops, real world sort of flight, and that's exactly how we're going to be flying it. Although there are some new SOPs that have come in today for the airline, not picking those up just yet, but obviously you'll see those change over the course of the next few weeks. Right, so we are Alpine 4081, nicely underloaded as well. We've got about 14 tons with the payload on. We've got takeoff weight, which is going to be well below our max landing weight, so that's all fine. Ignore the cruise flight level on there. We're actually going to be cruising to about 38,000 feet, costing us 4 as per usual. Rotterdam is the alternate, bit of a headwind slowing us down. Shear rate looking fine. Looking to get off on 2 right. What are the Rookip departures? So we'll see what we've got on on there in a bit. That's the 6 Quebec departure. We'll see what happens, because I think ATC are online as well, so we'll shout them out in a bit. Norku arrival, bringing us up the wrong side. They're using runway 6 apparently, according to VATSIM at the moment. That might change though, so keep an eye on that as we fly. Plug fuel's about 6.2 tons. CNR is 2 tons. Yeah, Rotterdam's not that far away, is it? And then obviously as we're flying over the Alps, so a bit of a not danger, that's the wrong word, but awareness. About 10 minutes into the flight, as we get over the Alps, it just means that the MSA will be higher should we have a decompression. So that's something to bring into the brief a little bit later on. And having a look at the weather, all looks good, all Cat 1 stuff. So that's beautiful. Quick look at the forecast. We've got decent weather in Schiphol with variable winds. I did read in the notes one of their runways is closed. 18 right, I think, is closed at the minute. So definitely won't be landing on that one wherever we come in. But yeah, Rotterdam's fine. Brussels is fine. They're all pretty good. Not quite sure why we got Frankfurt on there. Easyjet won't fly to Frankfurt. So yeah, and then obviously the weather we've got here is Cav OK, 22 degrees and looking nice. This is our flight route, as you can see there. I didn't pick those alternate airports. Well, at least I don't think I did. No, I definitely wouldn't have picked Frankfurt. Probably Hamburg or something like that for one of the other ones. But anyway, no weather en route. That looks fine. I should have nice clear skies then as we go. So in terms of extra fuel or anything like that, we've got a plug fuel of 6.2. A little bit of traffic at Amsterdam. It's a busy airport, so we'll probably take a little bit more. Let's take 6.5 tons of fuel, and we can tell GSX to start loading that now. I think if we just go in here, tell it we want 6.5 tons of fuel. That still keeps us below our max landing weight, even for departures. So it's going to be fine if something goes bang. Flight time today for night is about 1 hour 30 minutes. So, right, there we go. Ground crew is up. Not sure they'd use the heavy loaders. Easyjet normally just have the baggage crew throwing it into the hold. So there we are. Right, let's jump inside, shall we? Right, have we got any ATIS available? Let me just quickly see if we've got anything like that. I don't think we do. No. Have we got any ATC available? Yes, we do. So we'll contact them in a moment. So just grabbing the ATIS for our departure, we've currently got winds 210 at 3, so they're nice and light. It's Cav OK, 22 degrees, and QNH is 1023. No significant changes. Okay, so we're in our turnaround state, so just check overhead panel. Yeah, pumps are off, packs are off, we're on external power, nav lights are on, spoilers, flaps, parking brake, that's all set. ICA pressure is in the green. QNH then, as we just said, is currently 1023. Just check audio control panel, that is monitoring the guard frequency, so that's fine. Make sure that's all set up. Switching panel's fine. Engine thrust levers, engine starters, motor selector, that's fine. Squawking 2000. Get the constraints on. Not sure what the initial climb is. We'll contact ATC. They'll tell us which departure on, and I'll get that and set up the FCU in a moment. That's done, and refueling hopefully will be underway in a little bit. So just say hello to our cabin crew. I've forgotten the name of the lead purser today, which is really, really bad piloting of me. Laura it is. So, hey Laura, right, we're all getting set up, so when you're ready, I think we can start letting the passengers on board. And then hopefully they will get themselves sorted.
Acknowledged, Captain. We are ready to start boarding.
Sounds a bit young, doesn't she? Never mind. We can change that. We can change that if we want. We can have a more adult sounding cabin crew. We'll leave it for now. Right, IRS, let's just check. We've got 3 nav greens, they're fine. Aircraft status, CFMs, valid air cycle. Oh, that expires today then. New air cycle dropping tomorrow. New air cycle and an A380 dropping tomorrow. Chris, how do you work out what flight to do if I'm doing a real ops flight? There's a number of factors that go into that. And do you know what? I probably spend longer deliberating on where to fly than I actually do setting it all up. Right, so let's do our init request. And we'll get all this lot sorted and popped in. So what are we? Just make this a bit bigger. Need to make that bigger. There you go. Oh no, didn't want to do that. There we are. So Alpine 4081. Cost index 4, 22 degrees outside. Tropo is 40726. Download our winds. Feels weird as well when setting stuff up because I completely forgot that we're now no longer on British summertime. I'm actually working at UTC time as it is in real life at the minute. Right, winds have been downloaded for all of those. Iris in it, just checking. 4530 north, 1225 east. We're on stand 324 today. That's fine. And our cruising, we're going to be cruising today 50380. And let's pop in the flight plan. So departing 22 right, and do you know what? I think we're going to be a Rocky Bait Mike, but I might just give ATC a call because there's a couple of departures we can do out of Venice. We can either basically go left or right. I don't know which way he wants to take us. So let's give them a shout. Might as well do it. Normally there's only one you're going to be taking, but as there is a couple of options, we'll contact ATC a little bit sooner than I would normally.
Level 370.
Milan Radar,
Ladies and
good
gentlemen,
afternoon.
welcome aboard
Alpine
Easyjet Europe Flight
4081,
4081
stand
to Amsterdam.
324,
This is your
requesting
lead
IFR
flight attendant, Laura.
filed,
We are flying on a
IFR
Fenix
clearance as filed
A319 today.
to
Please
Amsterdam,
store your hand
and we have
luggage in
current
the overhead
QH
compartments or
1023
under
type
the seat in front of
A319.
you. Our captain,
System
Gavin
180
Somerset, and
good
First
afternoon,
Officer
Bravo.
Dorothy Garner are here with us today, along with our crew members, Pierre, Camille, and Luc. We wish you a pleasant flight.
Couldn't hear his reply then. Milan Radar, apologies, Alpine 4081, say again.
Hello? Welcome on board. May I see your boarding pass? Good afternoon.
Oh, actually, I think he's only controlling with flight level 285. Right, fair enough. In that case, we can do whatever departure we want. So, let me continue. We're on the Rocket 6 Quebec departure today.
May I see your boarding pass?
Just find that.
Hello? Welcome on board.
Just double checking. Rocket 6 Quebec to Rocket.
Boarding pass, please.
There. Where are you? There we are.
May I see your boarding pass?
And then Amsterdam, ILS 6, and that's the Norco 2 Alpha. Comes in via RTIP.
In direct, Liguria 20 Bravo India.
Get off his frequency. 612 miles. What have I got on the flight plan? We've got 606. Yeah, that's fine.
Hello?
Right, RadNav page, there is a VOR here, which is the TES VOR, so we'll just hard tune that. Right, onto our init B page. So our zero fuel weight for today's flight, we've got the preliminary load sheet here. Zero fuel weight is 55.9. CFG 29.7. Fuel for the alternate, should we require it, we need to leave a ton spare for that.
Hello.
Check out the fuel planning.
May I see your boarding pass?
Block fuel 6.3, we're taking 6.5, so that's fine.
On board.
So with that, our takeoff weight then is going to be 62.2.
Hello.
And that's basically just an extra 6 minutes, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things, but enough. And then our CFGs are 29.7 and 28.3. Right, on to the performance calculator then.
May I see your boarding pass?
It is dry here. We're off 2 right. We're going to do flaps 1. Departure, no need to force target. Anti-ice will be off. Pax will be off. Takeoff weight is 622. When the A380 comes out tomorrow, everyone will be togering their takeoffs because there's no performance calculator. Max CFG is 28.3. Toga takeoffs in a 380. Ouch. Let's have a look what we've got there. Let's work with, we've got the turn pad. Oh, we've got kilo. Quick check and see for Venice.
Good afternoon.
So we're on 04 right.
Hello.
Oh, the charts are slow today. There we are.
On board.
Where on earth's kilo? What's that about kilo?
Good afternoon.
We'll look to go full length, I think, then looking at that. We've essentially got the choice of Charlie, Alpha or Bravo. Get this chart up as we'll be using that next. So not quite sure what kilo turn pad is. We'll stick with full length, which gives us 140, 140, 144. Flaps 1 and the flex is going to be 68. Right, thrust reduction acceleration, so with Easyjet stops now that's going to be 807. Okay, thrust reduction acceleration all the same, meaning it's a normal noise abatement to departure. And with all that done, we'll have a look at the secondary flight plan, check out the engine out procedure. It is indeed standard, and then to Hokkaido. Take up that hold. 207 left turns. Of course, if the runway, if the engine's gone bang, then we're going to get back into Venice. That will be the ILS 04 right. Zulu, no star. Is Hokkaido one of the VIAs? Yes, it is. So we can select that, as that's where we will be holding. Let's just see what that looks like. Oh, lovely. That is a nice, perfect engine out procedure, all in there and done for us. think everyone's boarded. Final company message is in here as well. Crisp, Avia Planner basically just gives you Lido charts rather than Jefferson charts, and as EasyJet use Lido charts and not Jefferson, then it's just again making things a little bit more realistic for us here in the sim. So all the box is now now set up, and I think we can. Do you know what? I'm just gonna turn those up a little bit. It's starting to get dark a tad, isn't it? So. There we are, a little bit of mood lighting. Cool. All right then, let's look to brief. So, we are parked at stand 324, which is just here. We're going to push back. We're going to face south. With no ATC around, we can sort of taxi ourselves out. So we're going to taxi via Mike. And then we actually taxi down runway 0. We taxi down runway 04 left, and then we can hold at Alpha for our full length departure. The departure we are doing then is the Rockib 6 Quebec. So let me just get the correct chart up. That's the one. Oh, that looks rubbish. Is that the Rockib 6 Quebec? No, that's not the Rockib 6 Quebec at all, is it? Two to left. I want 06. Which departure is that? It's bringing me up the wrong one, isn't it? Right, hang on then. Have a look at one of the other Rockib transitions. Eight Mike or 6 Lima. Right, do you know what we will do then? Let's take the Rockib 8. Let's take the Rockib 8 Mike instead. It's a little bit quicker as well. Okay, let me just quickly update the box. There we go. So, no change to the taxi, but now just a slightly different departure. So we are straight out with a slight turn to the right as we depart to hit 486. Then we've got 477, and our initial climb for this is going to be flight level 140. So we'll set that on the FCU. That's just done off screen, so you can't see that at the moment. But yeah, initial climb flight level 140. First turn will be to the left, noise abatement 2. There is also speed constraints as well of 200 on this departure. So let's just check out the characteristic speeds of those. And we've got 210. Right, so we'll depart flying at S-speed 187, which we'll pre-select. So just going back to keep our briefing nice and succinct, we've discussed the taxi then. Departure will be straight out, and we're now on the Rockib 8 Mike departure. We will maintain flaps 1, fly at S-speed until passing Papa Zulu 477. After that then we'll push for managed speed and accelerate away, clean up, etc., and then we're off. that's all straightforward, nothing out of the ordinary there. Any threats for the departure? Yeah, not too many, to be honest. There's no real terrain until we sort of get 10 minutes into our flight. 10 minutes into our flight, we're going to be over the Alps, so obviously the altitude, if we do have a depressurization problem, we'll need to turn back south, because we're going to be flying over the Alps, where the terrain will be higher than 10,000 feet, and we don't want to be descending below that, because we might hit something hard. Okay, so that's the departure sort of covered. Initial turn, all departures, initial turn after takeoff, max 200, 20 degree max 200, turn to the left. Rocket bait mic, which is what we're doing, maybe authorised only if no intense military traffic is present within the transport controller, which there's not, which is why we're going to be able to do that. So that's all fine, happy with that. Let's talk about the engine out procedure then. Engine out procedure is standard, so should something go bang after we have passed V1, we will rotate, get the aircraft into the air, standard 12.5 degrees pitch, then following SRS after 400 feet we'll confirm the failure, shut down the affected engine, we'll have pushed the level off, and then once that's all confirmed, we've accelerated away, we can clean up and then continue the climb. Once passing 1600 feet, it's going to be a right turn to the Hokkaido holding point, and we will hold there at 4,000 feet. MSA as we depart is actually 7,200 feet, but Hokkaido is around here, and we know that we can obviously be safe over the sea, 4,000 feet, so we're going to be safe to hold at that altitude if we need it. Right, I think all that's done, we're all briefed. Let's get the APU up and running. Ground crew will be coming along very shortly. There is no ATC around, so we'll get onto Unicom, make our calls in a minute. APU is now starting. Check refueling, 6.5 tons, that's what we wanted, and it's balanced. Perfect. Love these textures in the Fenix aircraft as it's starting to go dark. I think it looks fantastic. So that's all well and good. We'll get the fuel pumps back on. Seatbelt signs can come on as well. Just turn these down a little bit. I don't want to boil the passengers. Hey guys, we're all set up in the front here. Ground crew will be connecting shortly, so if you can make sure the cabin is all ready, and we'll be pushing back in the next 5 minutes or so. So let the cabin crew know what we're doing.
Understood, Captain. We will ensure the cabin is ready for pushback.
I'm gonna have to change that voice. I love the I love the AI, but I need it to sound like she's, you know, old enough. Let's have Mara from Germany. I mean, she's going to be efficient, presumably. Right, new cabin crew. With the aircraft now loaded, let's just check our final load sheet. Reference says we've got the runway set in departure for the flight plan. Sorry? Oh, we have. Why have we got 22 right in there? Still 4 right. Yeah, takeoff data is going to be fine. Just double check that transition altitude 6,000 feet. Yep, that's fine as well. There we go. Right, APU is up and running. So, disconnect the external power. APU bleed and come on. We'll give it another minute before we get the packs on. And let's get going. Right, copy per checklist then. Aircraft acceptance, that's been completed. Fuel quantity, 6.5 tons bound. Seatbelt signs are on. It is got 3.5 green bar. FQ is 1023. Confirm our final load sheet matches up with what we had. Taillights, that's our slot notification. Takeoff weight 0 fuel weight 559, yeah, takeoff weight 622, that's fine, 147 passengers, 5 infants, 29.9, that's within the 2% limits, accept all that, no LMCs, we're good to go. Right, over to Unicom. Venice traffic Alpine 4081, standard 324, pushing back facing south on Mike. Right, before start checklist, so our parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed now, cross-checked with you guys. Windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors are closed and armed, and our beacon light is on. Here comes the ground crew. Ooh, look at that sky. Beautiful.
Ciao, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Ciao indeed.
Departure checks completed. Bypass inserted.
Nozzle strings disconnected. Flight deck doors closed. Fortnite, we've got a kid working for you. Wish my kids had worked for me. Hey, Say Intentions is in the chat. Hey, Say Intentions. Currently operating with some beautiful flight crew, although they did sound a little bit young. I'm not convinced they should be the lead purser, so we have changed to a more robust German cabin crew. I don't know if it was, I can't remember if it was Lucy, the original voice we had, but yeah, sounded, gave me palpitations, and they may not be strong enough to open up the emergency exits. I keep meaning to update my GSX so I don't have to keep doing this. Continue pushback. Pushback, tail to the right.
Release parking brakes. Release parking brakes.
And parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at window.
Okay, both engines to be started. We're not doing a single engine taxi today, so start the timer. Nose wheel steering is disconnected, just confirming that. Engine mode selected to ignition, and start engine 1. Sun has now set. So if we can get out of here quick enough, we should just be able to chase that sun all the way down. Is that a China Southern I see next to us? They've come a long way. In a very small plane. A380 tomorrow. And Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Not far away now, is it? Would you fancy climbing those stairs on that tower just there? I can't tell from here if it's got a safety railing or not. I really hope so. Engine 1 is stabilised, starting engine 2.
Please set parking brakes.
That's concerning. Okay, just hang fire, mass caution, hydraulic PTU fault. Let's confirm what we've got going on here. I mean, this is actually quite realistic. The PTUs do tend to break quite a bit. So, that is not the end of the world, but something that we need to have a look at. So, mass caution, cancel. Right, so as we've just got a PTU fault, we need to hang fire. I need to go through the docks and check. And now, technically, if this was a no dispatch item, we've pushed back. We've already dispatched, but I'm still going to check the MEL for the hydraulic PTU fault just to see what we've got here. Yeah, interesting to get that. This is why I do like flying the Fenix aircraft, just because things can go wrong. So I'm just having a quick look now, see what we've got. Let's have a look at the MEL and see what we can find. Hydraulic power transfer unit. Here we go. So the power transfer unit PTU may occasionally run when set to auto, provided that the operation of the PTU in both directions is checked before the first flight of each day. I'm presuming it will have been. Now this is a little bit more frustrating because I think the PTU is a required item. One installed, one required. So, check PTU operation. Let's have a look. Right, so I'm presuming if we now just pop this on, turn that off, PTU, yeah, that's all indicating fine. But we have got a PTU fault. So we've got two things we can do. We can call the guys out and see if we can get that fixed. Oh, that's a pain. Like, as I said, technically, we have pushed back. So we have dispatched. So let's now have a look. Instead of at the MEL, let's have a look at the Ofcom, see what this says about it. Let's see what we've got there. Hydraulic PTU fault alert. Let's see. Right. Oh, actually, maybe the fault that we've got there may be displayed provided the PTU is checked operative before each flight. Well, technically, it was before before the flight. I mean, we have pushed back, so technically we can go. Let me just turn the dome light on. So if we now pop that on, what have we got showing here? Oh, actually, might be an erroneous message. Yellow pump on is fine. PTU switch is auto, which it is. Check our hydraulics page. We've not got any faults showing just there either. On the hydraulics page, check that the green hydraulic system pressure indications are green, which they are. If the green hydraulic system indication is not available, check on the page. The green system label is white and the arrow is green. Okay, I think we are fine. Let's just turn that off, and it might have been sporadic. Yeah, in-op systems, it seems fine now. In all that, I forgot to put the packs on. The passengers will be getting quite warm, won't they? Alright, I'm happy that we're actually all good to go. We've still got GSX, the ground crew are still there waiting for us to sort that out, so they're fine. Let's set parking brake. We are going to still be good to go. Hopefully that won't flash up again though. A little bit of excitement before we went. Something says, hi, how's it going? Oh, it was going fine till we got a little error warning there. Seems to have cleared though. I think we're good. See, that's why I like the Phoenix. Things can go wrong. Hey guys, just if you want to let the passengers know, we just had a slight issue up here which we've managed to sort out, so we'll be getting underway shortly.
Thank you for the update, Captain. I'll keep the passengers informed.
Right, let's do the after start checklist. So anti-ice obviously is not required. Ecam status, ecam status, just check pack 2, that's fine, that's because we've got it turned off manually. What was our final pitch trim? That little message there's just thrown me all off my flows. So I'll just come back to that in a moment. The final is 28.4. Right, so engine mode selector 2, normal, APU bleed, that can come off, APU master, that can come off. Arm spoilers 0, the rudder, flaps 1. And we're setting 28.4. Now let's run the after start checklist. So anti-ice obviously off, ecam status has been checked. We've got a pitch trim of 28.4, rudder trim is neutral. Let's do a flight control check then whilst we're here. So full left, full right, and neutral, full up, full down, and neutral, rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. Lovely. Venice traffic Alpine 4081, taxiing now runway 04 right via Mike 04 left, holding short of Alpha. Okay, we'll just get the charts back up so we know where we are going. Okay, so Mike, down the runway, hold short Alpha. Let's go. Parking brake released.
Copy for traffic, Venice traffic, liner 1880, final 0700.
Okay then, so let's just check everything. No change to our performance, no LMCs, all is fine. Engine out procedure is standard, pull heading bug straight out, and then once above 1600 feet, it's a right turn to the Caddo holding point, we'll hold 4000 feet. Departure is the 8 Mike departure, and that's straight out with a slight right turn on departure, and then first full turn will be to the left. Noise abatement 2, and our initial climb is flight level 140. Okay, no need for the strobes here as we cross this runway. This runway is not an active runway. Jeffrey, the AI cabin crew, is part of Say Intentions. It's also a one-time purchase as well. Just cancel that master caution, it's not important. One-time purchase as well, so don't need to worry about a lot of AI stuff now, which is sort of a subscription-based, because this is not. let's run the taxi checklist then. So flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMAs, we've got climb nav blue 152, 14,000 blue, 1FD2. Radar and predictive wind shear are on. Ecam memo, we've got takeoff, no blue, and our EFB is stowed. Red is the 319 better in terms of performance than the 320. I'd say they're pretty much the same, I think.
Traffic 3, clear traffic, fly now 1880, short final clear 798.
Zorro DK, he's got a job at Copenhagen Airport. That is awesome. Something to do with aviation. I would hope so in the airport. Having said that, there's plenty of other jobs which have nothing to do with aviation in the airport. So that is awesome, Zorro. Really hope you're looking forward to that. Ottawang, when will the A380 come out? What time? I don't know. So we're going to discuss that once we're airborne in a moment. What the plans are for tomorrow with regards to our live streaming. Because of course we'll be live streaming it. Of course. Maybe we should do the flight to Boston and then take the wrong turn on the taxiway. Right, that's holding short of Alpha. Approach path looks clear. Okay, Venice traffic Alpine 4081 lining up for departure, runway 04 right via Alpha. Right, lights on. Packs both off. Camera crew seats for takeoff.
Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Lineup checklist. So cabin is secured for takeoff. Takeoff runway is 04 right via Alpha confirmed. TCAS TARA and packs 1 and 2 are off. Have we got TCAS TARA? I'll just quickly double check that. We have now. Zorro, do I know any SOPs for the 380? I mean, I don't. I would imagine they're going to be very similar to normal Airbus SOPs. But I can't give you specific standard operating procedures like I can the 320. So we will fly it very much like a 320, I guess, to begin with. Either way, it's going to be fun, isn't it? Okay, takeoff. Start the chrono. 50% N1 set. They took a while to spool up. Stable. Man flex. SRS runway. Auto thrust blue. Not much wind tonight. $100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. We've got nav. Thrust climb, auto thrust. Autopilot 1 is engaged. cabin crew decided not to turn out the lights for that departure. It's not classed as a nighttime departure. Probably not. Chris said it looked away from 3 for 5 minutes and now it's pitch black. I know, it's a bit lighter behind us. Standard pressure 140 blue. So remember, as briefed, we'll fly at S speed until we've passed 477, which we can see just there. Hey Jordan, good evening. We can see that speed restriction here as well, look. Oh, that's PAX, ignore that.
Alpine 4081, departure, contact Milan radar on 118.675.
I forgot the Say Intentions ATC was active. we'll ignore that. I don't want Say Intentions ATC. Although actually, should we use it? I'll let you guys decide. Shall we use the Say Intentions ATC? Or not? Okay, manage speed. Daniel UK says yes, we should use it. Okay, we're now above S speed, so flap 0. Spoilers disarmed. So we've got flaps up, spoilers disarmed, gear up, get the lights off. Lights are off. Just having a look, we've got some ATC coming up in a little while anyway, at which point Say Intentions and VATSIM now kind of work hand in hand together, which is really clever. So we can probably do that. Use a little bit of both. What frequency was it? 118.75, wasn't it? 118.675. Milan radar, good evening, Alpine 4081, passing flight level 100 for flight level 140, Rookib 8 Mike departure.
Alpine 4081, Milan radar identified. 2 miles south of Treviso at flight level 100 feet, heading 273. QNH 1023, cleared direct PZ 486, climb altitude flight level 280.
And I'm pleased to inform you that you may now use your electronic devices. Additionally, our onboard Wi-Fi service is available for you to enjoy. Our drinks and snack service will be starting shortly, and items from the Easyjet shop will also be available for purchase.
Not sure about that.
Thank you for your attention, and enjoy your flight.
However, we are going to continue the climb, so he said flight level 280, we'll go with that. Open climb 280 blue.
Alpine 4081, Milan radar, contact Treviso approach on 120.405.
120.405 for Alpine 4081. Bye bye. Right, that frequency 120.405. What I am going to do though is, if you are going to do this, you need to monitor Unicom, of course. So we'll do that in a moment. Treviso approach, Alpine 4081, passing flight level 150 for flight level 180.
Alpine 4081, Treviso approach, identified. Good evening.
Just cleared that discontinuity there. We've got cost index 0 and second flight plan has been cleared. Radnav has also been cleared. We've got a company message come through as well, so we'll just check out what that was. Basically, we're late.
Alpine 4081, Treviso approach. Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb, maintain flight level 340, Alpine 4081. And 340 blue. We do have Rex Atmos working as well to make the sky look like it does, Steve? Kevin, as long as you're monitoring it, you're fine. So what we'll do now is go to VHF2 and pop in the Unicom frequency, 122.8. I would not use, obviously if you're coming into an airport, don't use say intentions. If you're on VATSIM, you need to be, so if we were getting close to Amsterdam, for example, within sort of 50 miles or so, then you need to be on their frequency. But now we can monitor Unicom at the same time, look. And we're listening to that. Jordan celebrating 19 months of channel membership. Jordan, that is amazing support. Thank you so much. Danology UK, can you ask them to repeat a waypoint? Yes, you can. I'll be honest, that waypoint they gave us there was incorrect because we changed our departure. That's why it's given us a waypoint which it doesn't recognise. If I'd have been talking to them from the beginning.
Contact Milan radar on 118.675.
118.675, Alpine 4081. Yeah, if we'd have been talking to them from the beginning, we'd have told them that we've changed the departure, so then it would have been fine. Kevin, you want to monitor 1215 where possible though. Well, that's interesting that, Kevin, because you're not allowed to broadcast on 121.5 on VATSIM. It's against their code of conduct. In real life, you do need to monitor it, of course. On VATSIM, you're not allowed to. If you actually do anything on there, it's
Alpine
it's not
4081.
right.
Climb and maintain flight level 380.
Climb, maintain flight level 380, Alpine 4081. And that's our cruising altitude. Milan radar, good evening, Alpine 4081, passing flight level 230 for flight level 380.
Alpine 4081, Milan radar identified. Good evening.
Just looking at turning down the volume on some of these. There we go, that's better. Yeah, was a little bit loud. Fruit bat, all you ever hear on 1215 is meow anyway. That is very true. Hi, Alfred. Good to see you. Chris, what was the question you asked? Let's have a quick look. I don't use add-on linker, I'm afraid, Chris, so I can't help you with that. Right, whilst we climb up then, a couple of things that I just want to have a look. We're going to be passing the Alpine, so let's get our Alpine waypoint in, which is DGAD. and we want 225 and 90 in there. We're now 10 minutes into the flight, so we're coming in over the Alps. Here's the Alp line, which basically sort of tracks the highest points of where the Alps are. And God, that sky does look good. It really does. Yeah, something goes sort of bang and we need to get down now. We turn around. Something goes bang. Once we've crossed this, we'll carry on because it's better that way. Check out that
Alpine 4081, contact Milan radar on 118.675.
Over to 118.675 for Alpine 4081. Good night. Milan radar, good evening, Alpine 4081. Passing flight level 320 for flight level 380.
Alpine 4081, Milan radar identified. Good evening.
Also worth noting as well, as I am flying with VATSIM and I've got the AI air traffic control running at the moment, I do have different push-to-talk buttons used. So the push-to-talk button to speak to, say, intentions is different to the push-to-talk button for VATSIM. So I'm not actually here broadcasting anything on VATSIM, so to speak. We'll have a little look at that later, Kevin. I'll be honest, not monitoring 1215. I don't see the real need to monitor it in real world. Absolutely, it's very important. On VATSIM, I'm not even sure why anyone would broadcast on it, unless it's to make farmyard animal noises. To be fair. Baseman from Hey, thank you for just explaining that. Yeah, so Easy is Easyjet, EGU is Alpine, EasyZ is Top Swiss. Jordan, started building your own PC. I wouldn't know where to start with that, Jordan, so hats off to you for that. So, tomorrow, the plan tomorrow, obviously we don't know what time the A320 is going to drop, which is a bit of a shame. If that is announced at all, then I'll come up with a much better plan. But essentially, the plan will be tomorrow. As soon as it's dropped, we'll get it installed, get it downloaded. I'll think of somewhere to fly to, and a lot will depend on what time it is dropped. I'd love to do a nice long-haul flight, probably avoiding Dubai, because that is good. I think that's going to be absolute carnage, isn't it? Tomorrow. So, yeah, I think Dubai is going to be a no-go. But there are plenty of other places the A380 flies. So, if it gets dropped on in the morning, we can do a nice long haul flight. If it gets dropped on in the evening, I think it's going to have to be a slightly more tame flight. Perhaps one of the flights that they did just after COVID. So, for example, British Airways did Heathrow to Frankfurt, I think, with the 380s, just to try and, get the pilots used to flying it again. Kevin says put it into City. You know someone's going to try and land that thing at Innsbruck. you just know it. That person won't be me. Or Paro. Yeah. So yeah, and I want to spend a bit of time as well, because I will be seeing it for the first time, as you guys will tomorrow. When we get inside the flight deck, I want to spend a good, time on the ground, looking around, enjoying it, finding out what it does, what it doesn't do, and yeah, really looking forward to it. But a lot will depend on the time. Whatever happens, whatever time it drops, there will be a live stream. Unfortunately, I just can't give any more details on that at the moment for obvious reasons. So yeah, we shall wait and see, I guess. But what routes would you like to see? That's what I wanted to ask you guys. What would you like to see? Qantas, Heathrow to Perth, then. Jordan, they don't. Is it? It's not the A380 that does that, though, is it? Isn't it the? Isn't it the 350 or the Dreamliner or something that does that? Pretty certain. Pretty certain it's not the 380. I don't think it can do that. Tired Abu Dhabi to New York. Yeah, I think we've got to be a little bit realistic in flight time. Sort of a 10-hour flight probably isn't going to be realistic. Who wants to sit and spend 10 hours with me? Adwang, how come they haven't really released a time? I think they. I don't think they've released a time because they want to protect their servers. So I think that is the reason behind it. If they did release a time, of course, then their servers may explode at that time. So we're just going to be basically waiting. And Adwang and Country Dad, guys, thank you for following as well over on Twitch. That's the only reason I can come up with, basically. Jordan could do Qatar, Heathrow to Doha. We could. What's that, about 6.5 hours? I did Manchester to Doha a couple of weeks ago. That was just over 6 hours, I think. Kevin Emirates did 380 run between Milan and JFK a few years back. I'm guessing that's about an 8-hour flight, Kevin. Off the top of my head. Thousand feet to go. Oh, looks beautiful, that, doesn't it? Even at night, the sim looks beautiful. Although, I do think Atmos plays a big role in helping that night sky look as good as it does. Right. Must be at cruising altitude now, I'm guessing. Or thereabouts. Hey, Ollie. Mac Alt Cruise. Flick that to below. Get some light on. Cost index back to 4. Kevin, 3-hour one. Hong Kong to Bangkok. Yeah, so there are quite a lot of Far Eastern flight routes which are not along with the 380. I'll be perfectly honest with you, Kevin. I would prefer to do a sort of either European to America kind of thing, maybe down to Doha or even Dubai if I had to.
This is your lead flight attendant, Mara speaking. We have now reached our cruising altitude, and I am excited to let you know that we will begin our snack and drink service shortly. We have some delightful options available, including our delicious chicken salad and the classic cheese platter.
Ooh, lovely.
After our service, we will also have items from the Easyjet shop available for purchase. Please remember to keep your seatbelts fastened while seated. Thank you for your attention and enjoy your flight.
is there any chance of some food coming our way? It's getting a bit, we're getting a bit hungry up here.
Of course, Captain. I'll bring the food up shortly.
Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Mara speaking. We are pleased to inform you that our drinks and snack service will begin shortly. Please keep your seatbelts fastened while seated and enjoy your flight.
The main reason, Kevin, I prefer to do either European ops to the USA or even down to Dubai and that, is essentially just for my own personal sake, because I know those airports, I know the airspace, I know the how it all is, etc. I'd love to do it on VATSIM as well. They do claim that the 380 is VATSIM ready, but I don't want to be flying a brand new aircraft in an area that I'm not familiar with, a part of the world I'm not that familiar with, if that makes sense. Just being
Alpine
sensible.
4081. Contact Vienna radar on 134.44.
134.44 for Alpine 4081. Good night. Vienna radar, good evening, Alpine 4081, flight level 380.
Alpine 4081. Vienna radar identified. Good evening.
Ollie says we could do the Global Airlines ferry flight. That is a really good idea, Ollie. But if we are going to do it as per real world, we have to do it with the landing gear down for the full... what the hell is going on here? Jeez Louise. Okay. No supervisors online. Everyone now is, oh, obviously is hearing that sound in the background, just thinking, what the hell is going on there? Jordan, you're right, it is the school holidays. Quite right too. Scandinavian 1-3, if anyone wants to find that culprit. Fruitbat says make VATSIM great again. I couldn't read that Fruitbat without hearing it in a Donald Trump voiceover. Do you know what? I just need to let that calm down for a bit. Changing frequencies. We're not listening to that. Hey, City Boy, thank you for the follow. Ollie says he might do the ferry flight with the gear down as your first Atlantic flight in the 380. It didn't cross the Atlantic with the gear down, did it, Ollie? It went to Hamburg. Is it Hamburg where it's at? No, it's Dresden, isn't it? It's at Dresden now, Ollie. Yeah, so it's there at the moment. Aircraft off our starboard side somewhere. Not sure I can see it. Right, let's do a fuel check as we come up on Konin. Rapisa 2004, good evening. Thank you for the follow. So we're now going to just check what fuel did we take. We took about half a ton extra. Yeah, 500 kilograms
Alpine
extra.
4081. Contact Munich radar on 129.45.
129.45 for Alpine 4081. Good night. München radar, good evening, Alpine 4081, flight level 380.
Alpine 4081. Munich radar identified. Hello?
Hello to you too. So we should have around 3.9 tons. We've got an extra 500, so call that about 4.5 tons of fuel on board, and look at that. bang on. Side stick error. Disregard that. Does worry me when something like that comes online. Let me check what messages we've got here. Maintenance required back at base. Yeah, there is. Our PTU was showing dodgy information. And we were 9 minutes late. Okay. DC celebrating 35 months of channel membership. That is incredible, guys. Your support is unwavering and amazing. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, DC. 35 months. Oh my god, that is a long time. What an absolute legend. But yeah, a huge shout out to all our Easyjet Inspire channel members. You are awesome. Everyone that helps sort of support the channel, keep the channel going. And yeah, really looking forward to the upcoming A380 flights as well. If you haven't done so already, then please do hit the like button if you're there watching on our YouTube service. Puts the channel back sort of in the YouTube algorithms after I was away for a couple of weeks. So I'm trying to slowly build that back up in YouTube's algorithm database, or however that works. Ollie, I don't have the Embraer. I don't have it at all. Jordan B's been doing some stalking on VATSIM. And Captain HMW, good evening to you as well. You're at work doing extra time today to be available tomorrow for the A380 release. Can you imagine now if they pushed it back? Says it's not coming out on the weekend. Obviously I hope they don't do that. I've told my wife I'm not available at all tomorrow. I'll just sit here just pressing the refresh button. Wait until it's there. The skies are going to be alive with 380s tomorrow, which is why I'd kind of like to fly a route that nobody else is. I don't think that's going to be possible. Every single route is going to be taken. Dubai is just going to be like a no-fly zone. And if people are flying it on VATSIM, then I feel very sorry. I can imagine VATSIM controllers, when the date was announced that it was going to be tomorrow, just having meeting after meeting to say how they're going to handle it. Of course, there are only so many places that 380s can land. So like if you're flying into Manchester, they have only got a couple of parking stands. They've got some remote stands actually, but only one connected to Terminal 1 where the passengers sort of embark normally. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how VATSIM handle it. I'm sure they will do it fine. They'll just stick everyone in a holding pattern. Make sure you bring extra fuel, I think, is going to be a key thing. Kevin says that VATSIM released an announcement to remind people to be sensible. Well, then Fly-by-Wire probably shouldn't have been releasing it, not just in the school holidays, but also releasing it on Halloween as well. I mean, that might actually help. You know, if the young kids are out trick-or-treating. And the American market, they love Halloween. They won't be touching it. They'll be far too busy. I cannot stand Halloween. I might upset some people here, but I cannot stand Halloween one bit. Captain Adam 17, good evening. My settings in the sim, there's a video on my YouTube channel, same name, and my current settings are on there for you to check out if you wish. But yeah, Halloween is just I can't get on board with Halloween. It's just no. An Americanism I can do without. Kevin says, in fairness, I don't remember the Antonov causing too much havoc. Yes, Kevin, but that wasn't free. You had to purchase that. You had to... Yeah, you had to buy that. So not as many people had it. I don't think it also had the kind of hype either, did it? Not only that, most people got the answer off, and they spent 2 hours on the ground trying to get it started. Chris says they turned the lights off at the front of the house, which is a sign that so people don't bother you. To be fair, I don't think, or we certainly don't. I say we, I mean the kids obviously. We would never let them go to knock on a door that hasn't got Halloween decorations up outside. I think that's the sort of the unwritten rule, isn't it? If you've got Halloween decorations outside your house, fair game. If you have not, you clearly are grumpy like me, and don't want to be disturbed. To be honest, I never minded people coming to the house and doing the go and give them a few sweets or whatever. Honestly, don't mind it. In this country, it's usually only very young kids, and I'm talking 10 years old and down. Junior school kids, secondary school kids. Yeah, you should probably know better. Here in the UK, that seems to be how it works. I just can't be doing with all the dressing your house up and the tat. Yeah, there's enough plastic waste in this world already, without adding that to it as well. I'm 40 now. I can say I can embrace my inner grumpiness. Start to care less about it as you get older. Right, let's get some en route weather. We'll also see what the ATIS is doing in Amsterdam. Hopefully that'll come soon. Chris, dead pumpkins rotting away for the weeks after. Yeah, throw them in the green bin. Probably will be able to fly the A380 with the standard first officer's kit. Yes, you will. Yes, you'll be able to check on the on their tablet whether you have got 1 axis for the throttle, 2 or 4, for example. So, yeah, that should be fine. Did that send? We'll see if that comes through. Right, let the camera crew know that we're looking to land about just after 6 o'clock. Let's call it. It's a long taxi, isn't it, into Amsterdam? So we'll say 6:15. Our planned landing time was. Actually, we're going to be. We might be on time. Scheduled time of arrival. Oh no, we're going to be 10 minutes late. We're going to be 10 minutes late. Never mind. Hey guys, so if you want to let the passengers know that we were a little bit late setting off, we're doing our best to catch up, but I think we will be landing at about 6:15 PM, 10 minutes later than scheduled.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Mara speaking. I just wanted to inform you that we experienced a slight delay in our departure, and we are now expecting to land in Amsterdam at approximately 6:15 PM, which is about 10 minutes later than scheduled. We appreciate your understanding and patience. Thank you.
I mean, that is just class. I really like that. It is just like speaking to a real person, letting them know what to do and such. Steve, which bit of the A380 do you think won't be functional on release that I wish would be? Final approach mode, that'd be nice. Although in fairness, most of the places the 380 flies into they'll be doing ILS anyway. I can't remember if they said the FILS was going to be working or not. F localizer and glide slope. which it does have that in real life. Not sure how often it's used, to be honest. Maybe just on the occasion they're flying into somewhere where the ILS is in op at their destination. Hey Setoga, is the TCA sensitivity changed for the Fenix? No, I just keep it as basically the recommended settings. Maria, who's my lead purser, the flight attendant? It is yes, Mara from Germany. I wanted a professional sounding flight attendant, yeah. I really want the ATIS. Why am I not getting ATIS information to come through? Oh, I know why. I have to put in the ICO code and whether I want the arrival information or the departure information. Hopefully that should come through in a moment then. We'll see which runway we need to plan for. Which cabin crew attendant should we have tomorrow for the 380? We need someone very serious. We need someone British and stiff upper lip. I'd really fancy doing a British Airways flight tomorrow. Say Togo, which is my favourite AI air traffic control? Say intentions or beyond ATC? It's difficult, but I love the unscriptedness of say intentions. The fact that I can do anything or say anything, like, you know, hey Mara, any chance I could have a glass of orange juice when you have a moment, please? So the fact that I can just do that and speak to the cabin crew, I think is great.
Of course, Captain. I'll bring that orange juice to you shortly.
Yeah, you can interact with her, you can have a talk with them. The air traffic control side of things in say intentions isn't bad at all. I think I prefer the voices, though, of Beyond ATC. But I do like the interactivity of Say Intentions, the fact that nothing is scripted. I really like that. Hey, Endochrome, good to see you. Great Wildcat, hello to you guys as well. So someone was mentioning earlier about the VRAR system, which is being launched, I think, tomorrow on the Contrail store, one of our channel partners. Just remember, if you are purchasing anything from the Contrail store, then do check out the discount code down there at the bottom. So yeah, that's definitely worth noting that code down, because obviously save yourself some money on that. Also, make sure you check out our other channel partners, Innobuild, link in the video description below, because they've obviously got a lot of great scenery at the moment for loads of those big airports that your A380s fly into. So using that link as well also helps support this channel, which I'm very, very thankful for anybody that uses those links. And of course, if we can save you guys some money as well with the Contrail discount, then even better. Ollie recommend. Yeah, I mentioned. I sort of mentioned that in jest a little bit earlier. I said I would love to do the Heathrow to Boston flight if it's sort of announced, if it's released early enough for me to do that, and I'm going to do my best not to take the wrong taxiway either. Marion says for the BA South flight probably want Victoria for a lead FA. I'm not sure I've tried her out actually. I have to remember that tomorrow. So I think we're going to be on the ground in about an hour. I'm just having a look. We've got any ATC knocking about at the moment. We've got no centres online. Centre, good evening, Alpine 4081, flight level 380.
Alpine 4081, Langenradar identified. Schonen, guten Abend.
Pardon? I'll need Mara to translate that for me. Relane, how professional is Mara? Oh, she's very professional. Would she bring me a beer? No. Well, I don't think she would. Savanta, good evening to you. Nice to see quite a few people on our Twitch stream tonight as well, as our Twitch channel slowly builds. Obviously, YouTube has always been the primary focus of the channel, but we do have a cult following over on Twitch. 5,000 followers or so on Twitch, though, so that's really cool. Thanks, guys. Togo, what is the VRAS system? So, I forget what it stands for, but it's basically like the runway automated alert system. I think that's what it stands for. I may be wrong. Someone will... in fact, do you know what? This is a perfect opportunity. So, hang on 1 minute. I am going to key up our mentor, Uncle Harley. So, hey, Uncle Harley, what is the RAAS systems which announces different runways and taxiways? Let's see if Uncle Harley can tell us.
Hey Gavin, the RAAS, or Runway Awareness and Advisory System, is a fantastic tool that enhances situational awareness by announcing runway and taxiway information. For example, it might say, Taxiway Alpha, hold short of runway 27. This helps prevent runway incursions and keeps us on the right path. Just remember, it's a great aid, but always cross-check with your own situational awareness.
There you go. Another reason why Say Intentions is actually really, really good. I must point as well that the cabin crew and the mentor that I've just been speaking to, they are a one-time purchase. It's not a subscription service. So you can check that out on the Say Intentions website. Hey, Klaus Nissen, good evening. Hope you're doing well. And Colin Farrell has just subscribed. It's not the Colin Farrell, is it? Thanks for that, mate. Ollie, what short British Airways A380 flights are there? Oh, short, probably none. The shortest one's probably Heathrow to JFK. But they did do Heathrow to Frankfurt, and I also think Heathrow to Madrid after COVID to get the pilots back into the swing of things. Say Toga, when do the stats start for pilots? The flight hours. I believe it's when you it's when you push back. If that's what you're talking about. In fact, it's actually sort of you need to be there sort of working an hour before the flight. You've got to sort of check in there. Klaus, is AI air traffic control better than beyond ATC? The air traffic controls are very, very similar, but the difference being that Say Intentions is unscripted, and I think that's the biggest thing. It is unscripted, so you can say anything you want. Amsterdam radar is online, so we'll be contacting them at some point. We never did get that information with regards to the ATIS, did we? It's a bit annoying. Oh yes, we did. We've just not got a message here. Right, let's see what's currently happening then. So, well, they're on information. Ooh, information Alpha, main landing, runway 06. That's fine. Wind 030 degrees, 3 knots, so we've got light winds. QNH is 1028. Set that now. And we've got top of 10 coming up. So we'll get the charts up, we'll set the box up, and we'll look to brief. So, runway 06 then
Alpine
is the plan.
4081. Expect the Nork 2 Alpha arrival for the ILS runway 6 into Schiphol via RT1B. Expect descent in 20 minutes. Advise if you want to descend sooner.
Expect the ILS runway 6 via the Norku 2 Alpha arrival, RTIP 1 Bravo transition, and descent in 20 minutes will be fine. Thanks, Alpine 4081. Right, let me grab the charts up for our arrival. So, Norku 2 Alpha arrival then. We'll set the box up, then we'll brief everything. So we're just checking, we've got, what's it going to be? It's going to be Norku Robis Oscar RTIP. Norku Robis Oscar RTIP, then Sierra Papa Lima, 101, 102, okay. That said, the RTIP 1 Bravo arrival, let's grab the chart for that. Transition altitude is 3,000 feet. Very, very low at Amsterdam, isn't it? So RTIP 1 Bravo arrival for ILS 06. Let's just select this. RTIP arrival, we want the RTIP 1 Bravo arrival. Insert. And now let's just check. So from RTIP we go to PAM, then 617 Setwo, which has us flying straight over the top of the airport. That is stunning. I've never done this arrival before. 12 Soski 13 14 609. 12 Soski 13 14 10 609. All speeds look pretty good in there. So then let me have a look. Just see what sort of altitudes we can expect with this approach. So we're looking to be between flight 14 and 100 at RTIP. Speed constraint there, 220 at Soski. So that's all fine. Let's grab the ILS chart and just have a quick look at that. Can't recall ever landing on 06 before. I don't think I've ever landed on 06 before, so this will be fun. It's a long taxi when we get there. Not as long as 18 right, but that's the reason. So runway 18 right, which is the usual landing runway, is currently closed. So nice to see VATSIM sort of respecting that at the minute. So yeah, as we're coming in, then we shall pick that up at Amsterdam 609. Platform altitude 2,000 feet. I'll get the minimums in there at the moment. Normal 3-degree glide slope, nothing daft. Cat 1 conditions, minimums 190 for the Cat C aircraft. And yeah, lovely. Alright, so all of that set up. Radnav page, we want Papa Alpha Mike. And the SPL. EHAM 06. Right, can anyone remember any of the weather information? QNH 1028. Minimums was 190. Cat 1 DME. And I can't for the life of me remember the weather. 1 minute. Let me just grab it. off the other screen. Sorry if I'm ignoring any of the questions at the minute. So winds currently 100 at 3. Oops, wrong field. Temperature is 30. I'm going to do a config 3 landing. I will check that in a minute, but config 3 I'm sure will be fine. There we go. So that's set up. Looking to land with 2.7 tons of fuel. That's enough for another go around. 2 tons was the decision fuel, so if we need to go around, yeah, we should be okay, but I think we might only get another go. We'll get one more go. If we need to go around, then I think we need to commit. So that's just worth keeping in the back of our mind. Second flight plan, copy our active flight plan then. Now let's just do our landing performance. So we are looking to land at 56, 57, 58. About 58 point... I'll call it 59 tons. It's not raining, so get the METAR in there. 59. Flaps 3. Yeah, that's fine. Flaps 3 is going to work for us quite nicely. Right, so we are all set up. Let's brief our arrival, what we can expect, how we're going to fly the arrival, where we're going to go once we've landed, etc. Or if we have to go around, of course. So, all that's been done. We've checked all the coding, etc. That's fine. Let's have a look at the arrival itself then. So, coming in on the Norku arrival, we've got descent in about 10 minutes, I think. Following ATC, which is online via VATSIM, so we'll have live ATC as we come in. The Norku with RTIP Bravo transition. There we can see a max speed there of 250 knots as we get down to 10,000 feet, of course. So then, in terms of configuring our aircraft, what we'll be looking to do is we will be a green dot before we get to Soski. As we leave Soski then with the descent, I'm looking to get sort of flaps 1 around Amsterdam 613 and then flaps 2 with the glide slope as we pick up the glide slope and localizer for runway 06. Just pull up the information on that runway again. Not the RMP, God no. There we are. Okay, so minimums we've got 190 because it's Cat 1 conditions. We're a Category C aircraft and we're using the Barrow for this. We're not auto landing. It's a very low platform altitude, 2,000 feet, but it's also a very low airport. We've got an all 3-degree glide path. Displays threshold 244, so just be aware of that as we're coming in. Pappies on the left as we are coming in. Just checking, we've got simultaneous approaches as well, so expect those. The identifier is Kilo Alpha Golf, and let's have a look. The go around is pretty straightforward as well. It is straight out 2,000 feet. Okay, so there's a little gotcha and threat. Go around altitude is only 2,000 feet, so that is a very, very low go around altitude. So we're going to level off. Things are going to happen rather quickly there. That's where the A320neo will be quite useful because they've got the soft go around. The CEO doesn't, however. So yeah, we just need to be on that. And thrust reduction acceleration is only going to be about 800 feet. So don't be caught out by how fast all of that will happen. Now, once we have landed, let's get the chart for this. One of these charts will have the there we go. Once we've landed, we need to vacate left onto Bravo, stay on Bravo, which is the outermost taxiway, all the way around, and then into the hotel stands down here. Okay, so I think we're all briefed. We've spoke about the fuel, spoke about the go-arounds, we spoke about the fact that we've probably only got one extra go in there after we've landed. We've got loads of fuel, obviously, but I think that should just about cover everything. Oh man, that would be amazing. A full Easyjet cabin crew, there would be so many people wanting to use that. That'd be so good. Mads, we're getting ready for... I'm not getting ready for an Easyjet A320. God, no.
Contact Langenrad on 127.725.
Don't want that. Steffi, will we be doing the return? No, not tonight, no. Over to Langdon Radar 127.725 for Alpine 4081. Good night. Langdon Radar, good evening, Alpine 4081, flight level 380.
Alpine 4081, Langen Radar identified, hello.
Hi Fred, male, female, dumb spy. No flight attendants are dumb. They're really not. They have to know so much. It may seem like a glorified trolley dolly, but they're really not. They are so switched on. And do you know what? If you were ever in an emergency and they need to start sort of barking orders at you, they do so with, you know, you don't question them, you don't think twice. They know how to control a crowd. I was once in a sort of a mock cabin crew setup where there was training new potential cadets and things, and when I saw the trainers practicing the emergency drills, Jesus, they were good. You knew exactly what to do, there was no ambiguity, and people listened. They were absolutely awesome. But yeah, I think an attentive cabin crew, a sympathetic cabin crew would be absolutely awesome. Probably female, if that's not too sexist. Probably more female cabin crew than male. But yeah, man, I tell you what, this sounds like a great collab thing to do. If you want to drop us a message on Discord or via email, both of which are easy to do, yeah, we'll have a chat. We will create the perfect EasyJet. We will create the perfect EasyJet cabin crew. So we'll get some little Easter eggs in there as well. I think, if possible, stuff that would only be sort of relevant to the Orange airline. That would be brilliant. But yes, usually Alfred, definitely English, definitely. Marlene, yeah, I think McCracken's got it. Do I want to speak in it? God no. You don't want me doing it. Airbus 380AX, thank you for the follow. Driver 101 as well, and Cufferman. Thank you, guys. Yeah, and Brian's got me anyway. Brian's definitely got me. Hi, Fred. It definitely doesn't want to be my voice. I'm not cabin crew material. I don't have the patience that they do. Right, we're gonna have a twilight landing. Sun has gone. And we've got our descent starting in about 50 miles or so. Yeah, Marion, it sounds good. Right, company message that we've got through here. Let's double check what we've got. Why am I getting a preliminary load sheet? Don't need that. What I can't wait for, Fred Manning, what I can't wait for on Saint Engines, you know the co-pilot, which obviously comes with Saint Engines, if you can ask it things like grabbing the weather or the ATIS information, because that is what your second pilot or the pilot monitoring would usually be doing. They're not only handling comms, etc., or when they are going to handle in a simulator like this where you're a single pilot, if you've got the ability to ask the guy or girl next to you just to get the ATIS information, you know, or even the METAR information, I think that is going to be so useful. Pavle, Easyjet Europe have cabin crew from all over Europe, not just Germany, because they're not just based there. They're you've got the Swiss cabin crew, you've got Spanish cabin crew, you've got German, as you say, you've got Italian cabin crew as well. So literally based all over Europe. Hey guys, so we will be starting our descent in the next 5 minutes or so. If you want to start preparing the cabin and making sure everyone's cleaned up and ready, and hopefully, yes, should still be landing in about 45 minutes.
Understood, Captain. I'll ensure the cabin is prepared for descent and that everyone is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Mara speaking. We will be beginning our initial descent to Amsterdam in about 45 minutes. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened and any items you no longer need are stowed away.
Did you say 45 or 425? We should be landing in about 45 minutes. Although we should actually be landing a little bit sooner than that. But scheduled arrival time is about 1/4 the hour. Baseman from Hell says the Portuguese cabin crew were on strike the other day. Oh dear. Steve says, can I get this app for my wife? I'm very excited about the A380, Seitoga. Oleg, I've not used FSTraffic for a while now. Not because I've got anything against it, just because it's another app to have running and another interaction going. And I run everything on a single PC, the streaming, the same, all of the hardware, etc. So it's why it's the same reason I don't use Volanta. It's just one less thing to have to try and worry about, basically. Right, so we are going to be now moving frequencies over to 12575, which is the Amsterdam approach. So at this point, we'll just start to change this. And we're going to be coming off the Saint Engines ATC, which has done a great job so far. 12575. And 121.5.
Hotel Whiskey Whiskey Lima, request Golf Lima, we're a helicopter.
Whiskey Lima, goeiedag. Even kijken, u bent 4-4. Report your direction to leave, sir.
Direction to Lelystad Airport.
Oké, maar u bent bekend met de luchtruimtestructuur en de luchtruimteclassificatie in Nederland? Dus u bent bekend waar u 4-VAR del en niet mag vliegen?
Ja, het is niet echt speciaal rondvliegen, het is gewoon rechtstreeks naar Lelystad.
Nou, maar dat was de vraag niet echt. De vraag is of u bekend bent met de luchtruimtestructuur en de luchtruimteclassificatie. Want u mag als 4-VAR vlucht mag u niet overal vliegen.
Ja, dat weet ik wel, Papa Del Whisky.
Nou, maar eerlijk gezegd, het antwoord dat u geeft, daar blijkt dat niet helemaal uit, eerlijk gezegd. Dus,
just checking the arrival looks correct, which it does.
Want u klinkt een beetje vertwijfeld namelijk.
Nou ja, hoe moet u dat weten? Als ik dat gewoon weet, dan weet ik dat gewoon.
U weet dat, fantastisch. Nou, dan ga ik ervan uit. Papa Whiskey Lima, start approved for runway 04. Expect the heli spot from Golf 2. The QNH 1028. Report ready for taxi.
04 and Golf Lima and now contact you and ready.
Amsterdam Radar, good evening again. Midland 89 Golf, stand Hotel 1, Airbus 319, information Bravo 1028, requesting IFR clearance to Manchester.
Hello, 89 Golf, cleared Manchester, runway 36 center, climb flight level 60, and your squawk is 6265. Reported ready to copy the additional departure instructions.
Roger, cleared to Manchester, 36 center, climb initially flight level 60, squawking 6265. I'm ready to copy Midland 89 Golf.
Stand by, first Canon 5 on Echo, you are number 1.
Sounds busy in Amsterdam.
Alpine 17 Juliet Yankee, give way to the KLM 737.
Give way to the KLM from left, Alpine 17 Juliet.
Canon 5 on Echo, 36 center, cleared for takeoff, the wind is 100 at 3.
Copy wind, 36 center, cleared for takeoff, 5 on Echo.
Alpine 17 Juliet Yankee, line up away, 36 center, Whiskey 10.
Line up away, 36 center, Whiskey 10, Alpine 17 Juliet Yankee.
Skipple approach, good evening, Alpine 4081. A319, information Bravo, flight level 180.
Hello, sir, 4081, proceed back to RTIP, expect runway 06, descend to flight level 260.
Direct RTIP, expect ILS 06, descend flight level 260, Alpine 4081. Through side level descent 260 blue. Track mileage being cut.
Bravo and gate Delta 160, right, 44 Echo.
Hallo, Amsterdam, dat we nog nachrichten voor November Charlie Alpha aftal zijn.
Ja, dat klopt inderdaad. Nipper Cargo 225, dan de code klopt nog steeds, so you can report ready. Break. First was the Midland 89er Golf. I still owe you the departure instructions. After departure, turn left to heading 342 and climb flight level 60. Expect vectors towards Birdie.
Departure, heading 342, flight level 60, and we'll expect vectors for Berkey, Midland 89 Golf.
89 Golf, feedback correct.
Midland Charlie, sure.
Line Mike Charlie, clear to land 06 to be sure.
Clear to land 06.
Sorry.
So it is quite busy in Amsterdam. Lots of ATC, which is nice.
Flight over 360 inbound Cockpit.
Hello, 1227. I'm closing in 5 minutes. There's no need to contact me, sir. Have a good day.
Alright, thanks for ATC.
Here, KLM 6 Papa Mike, request pushback and startup.
Yeah, 6 Papa Mike, thank you. Startup pushback approved. The information is Bravo QNH 1028.
So what would my first route be with the 380? It all depends on what time it's going to be released, Ryanair 73 Max. Not sure, we'll have to wait and see.
Yankee, runway 36 center, cleared for takeoff. The wind is calm.
Clear for takeoff, 36 center, Alpine 17 Juliet Yankee.
Speedbird 4 for Echo, give way to Lufthansa, vacating the runway on the right hand side. Speedbird 4 for Echo, give way to Lufthansa on the right hand side.
Give way to the Lufthansa on the right hand side, Speedbird 4 for Echo.
Lufthansa 9 Mike Charlie, you are number 1, taxi gate Bravo 17, left on Alpha.
Alpha gate Bravo 17, Lufthansa 9 Mike Charlie.
Blocked.
First, Nipple Cargo 225, startup and pushback approved, facing Sierra Niner, the QNH 1028, information Bravo.
Hey, David.
Niet IFR clearance, not startup or pushback yet.
Nee, dat was niet voor u, dat was voor de collega die naast u staat. Nipple Cargo 225 to confirm, start and push approved, facing Sierra 9, information Bravo, QNH 1028.
Well, push approved, facing Sierra 9, information Bravo 1028.
Oh, say Toga, I will be avoiding Dubai like the plague tomorrow.
Ja, oké, geen probleem, niks aan die.
There will be more 380s on VATSIM than flying than there are in real life, I think, tomorrow.
Right now, 335, request to climb final cruise level 350.
Yeah, right, 2335, climb to final level 350, there is no further ATC, free change approved, bye.
Climb flight level 350 and 122.8 for Ryanair 2335. Thank you very much, have a good day and good night.
And you say goodbye. Break, get them on 405, climb final level 380, there is no further ATC, free change approved, bye.
Climb flight level 380, Kevin 1404, thank you very much for the service, bye-bye, good appetite.
Bye-bye, Kedem, thank you. Kedem 5 on Echo, climb to final level 250.
Just watching the aircraft coming towards us.
Continue climbing to 250, climb 5 on Echo.
Alpine 17, Juliet Yankee, identified passing 2.5, you may climb final level 250.
Okay, climbing 250, Alpine 120.
Oh, Marahin, go. You need... Can't keep the family waiting if they want chips. But yes, definitely speak to you soon.
Can 110 request push start.
Itaro 110, started and pushback approved. Information Bravo, QNH 1028.
Push and start approved, Itaro 110.
Still got a slight orange hue on the horizon, haven't we, from that sunset earlier?
1063, hello, you're only in my airspace for a very short period of time. No need to contact me. Goodbye. Martin Air 612, leaving my sector. Free change approved. Goedenavond.
Martin Air, nice.
What do you need on Martin Air 612, bye?
Ryanair 2533, there is no further ATC. Free change approved. Good evening.
Free change approved. Ryanair 250.
Amsterdam, good evening. Super 442 Kilo, 250, and Van Red Boulder DCTLC.
Hello, 442 Kilo. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm closing shortly for dinner, so there's no need to contact me. Goodbye.
Closing for dinner.
No worries. Enjoy
That's
it.
fair.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Maybe he's going to the chip shop as well.
KM 6 Papa Mike requesting taxi.
6 Papa Mike, taxi right on Alpha, then via Quebec to runway 36 Center Whiskey 10.
So, even when Amsterdam closes, I wouldn't use the Say Intentions ATC because we need to be on Unicom for other pilots around us.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.
It's great in the cruise, different handoffs, that kind of things, but yeah, you need to be able to make your calls to live pilots, etc. Right, coming up on flight level 26.
Descend level 70 and cross RTIP at 100 or below.
Descend flight level 70 and cross RTIP at flight level 100 or below for Alpine 4081. Okay, so descent and 100 magenta. We've got flight level 70 set on the FCU. Have I had Dutch chips through that? No. No, I haven't.
Diamond DF40 by the vliegtuig Rotterdam, requesting a VFR flight around Rotterdam. With information Bravo, requesting startup.
So I'm just going to amend the constraint there. We want flight level 100.
Hello, the startup approved for the runway 06. The QNH is 1028. Report direction. Oh, is Romeo departure confirmed?
Yes, Romeo departure.
Okay, Romeo departure is copied. Report ready for taxi.
Romeo 06, QNH 1028 and Romeo departure is approved and report ready.
Right, we'll start preparing the cabin then. So, seatbelts on.
Yeah, correct. Report your altitude passing.
2,500.
Deck checks identified. Climb flight level 250.
250,
Tara 110 request taxi.
Tara 110, right Alpha, then via Quebec to the holding point Whiskey 10, 36 Center.
check. We've got traffic there over on our right.
Present Alpha, Quebec, Whiskey 10, Italo 110. Amsterdam, goedenavond, Ryanair 5.
To be fair, we're going now away from him, so he's okay.
Clearance to Innsbruck.
Hello, 5 Tango folks. Be advised I'm closing shortly because dinner is ready shortly. Anyway, clear to Innsbruck, runway 06. It's alluding to Alpha departure, climb to 3,000 feet. The skulk is 1,000. Nee, dat is niet goed. Skulk 3164.
Roger, cleared Innsbruck out of 06. Lunix to Alpha departure and the squawk is 3164, Ryanair 5 Tango Fox.
So is it. Feedback correct. Startup approved and ready. The QNH at Rotterdam 1028. Report ready for taxi.
We'll go.
Brazavia 5073. U mag direct naar Armada.
That's Armada, Brazavia 5073.
Okay, all stations, be advised, just got word that dinner is now ready, so I'll be leaving you. Thanks for your patience and thank you for flying. Have a good evening. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
122 decimal 8 it is.
Thank you, enjoy the dinner. Good night.
Right, so we will basically just now fly the published approach from RTIP on the RTIP 1 Bravo transition. Let's go 87, thank you for the follow. Just before things get busy, once again, just a quick reminder, if you're purchasing anything from the Contrail store, there's our EasyJet SimPilot discount code there on screen. So maybe jot that down for for your future purchases. And of course, don't forget to check out the link in the video description for our other channel partner that are Inibills. Using that link to purchase your Inibills scenery, add-ons, and aircraft, etc. Also supports us as well, so a huge thank you for that. And as always, in case I forget at the end, because I do have a child to pick up once we've landed, in case I forget, just a big thank you to all of our channel supporters, and in particular our EasyJet SimPilot channel members. You are indeed all legends. Right, we are about 30 miles out from RTIP. We're nicely on that profile, and yeah, we've got Amsterdam underneath this layer of cloud somewhere. Latest weather. What was the cloud base? I actually can't remember. Was it Cav OK? Let's have a quick check. I know it was Cat 1 conditions, but just want to see whenabouts we're going to pop out of the clouds. Back here, it's 173. Greetings and salutations to you as well. Transition altitude reminder is 3,000 feet. We're descending flight level 70 at the moment. We'll wait for that to come. Cabin crew, 20 minutes to landing.
Understood, Captain. I'll ensure the cabin is prepared for landing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Mara speaking. We are beginning our final approach to Amsterdam shortly. Please fasten your seatbelts and ensure that all items you no longer need are stored. Thank you.
So passing flight level 170 now. Mr. Tiffin says a good old Brit pilot. Was he a British Midland pilot? I've not heard British Midland on VATSIM for ages. Say Togo, is the stream overlay broken? It does that occasionally. I'm not really sure why that happens, but
Alpine
there you are.
4081, approach, contact Amsterdam radar on 118.805.
Okay, so we're not going to do that just because, so that's Say Intentions Air Traffic Control, who's taking over perfectly from the VATSIM controller, who's now gone off. But we're not going to do that. We're going to remain on the Unicom frequency 122.8 because obviously we want to be able to communicate with other aircraft on VATSIM, who obviously are probably not using Say Intentions. So I'm going to pull speed now. We're going to start controlling that manually. Set speed 270. Obviously, as we pass opposite, then that'll go to 250 because we will be below 10,000 feet. All sounds quiet now. ATC's disappeared, doesn't it? Rather don't think we tick the METAR option on the weather request. You didn't used to have to, unless they've changed it. Oh no. Still get it. 900 feet. Okay, a few clouds 900 feet. That's okay. Should be. Might be a late descent then through the clouds. But that's alright. Still category 1. So now a quick look at the chart as we approach RTIP for the RTIP 1 Bravo transition. So it wanted us, oh, interestingly enough, yeah, so a steady descent flight level 70, that's fine. And then we'll stay at flight level 70 until we've passed Setwo. After that, we'll start further descent.
Alpine 4081, contact Rapcon West approach on 123.58.
And again, we can just ignore that for now. So if you weren't here earlier, just recapping what we're going to be doing tomorrow. As soon as the A380 drops, we're going to be getting live as soon as possible, and then we're going to be taking her out somewhere. Where and what route all depends upon what time it actually drops. So make sure you're with us tomorrow. If you're on our Discord server, of course, I will ping the lot of you, letting you know that we're going live. Landing lights on. Fruitbat says 23:59 Zulu release. Oh, what, tomorrow night? Dear God, I hope not. There is no expected release time, Francesco, so that's why we're literally in the hands of the gods, the fly-by-wire gods. Bossman69, mate, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So we're now holding flight level 100 till we're past Amsterdam 617, which we can see here. Also at that point is when the 250 knot speed restriction comes in. We're still at 10,000 feet, so we can do 270, which is what we are doing it for the moment, but we will reduce that in a few miles. Mara, just a thought. You might want to let the passengers know that once we have landed, please remain seated. It is quite a long taxi to our gate when we get to Amsterdam. See what she does with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Mara speaking. As we prepare for our arrival in Amsterdam, please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate. It can be quite a long taxi, and we appreciate your cooperation. Thank you.
Sounded very good and professional. Expect nothing less.
Alpine 4081. Contact Schiphol approach on 118.08.
No, we shan't be doing that. I'm not sure if there's a way in St. Engines or actually turning off the air traffic control side of it. I don't think there is. Would be good if there was, because obviously you don't need that at this stage of our flight. Departure out of Schiphol. So there. Schiphol traffic, Alpine 4081, overhead the Papa Alpha Mike VOR, RTIP 1 Bravo, transition for ILS arrival, runway 06, currently flight level 100. Michael, I think there's a couple of Amsterdams available at the moment. I forget whose this one is. Fly Tampa, I think, is what we've got at the minute. But I do think another one has come out since. But I can't remember who did it. And there you can see Amsterdam, our airport that we're going to be landing at, is right down here. This is it. That's runway 27, which we've landed on several times before. That would have been perfect for us. Jeffrey says Orbex. Orbex, have they? They've not done Amsterdam, have they? You can get Fly Tampa's Amsterdam via Orbex, I believe, but I don't think Orbex have done an Amsterdam. Not for FlightSim 2020 anyway. Apparently, yeah, you can use AI air traffic control when there's no VATSIM coverage. That's basically what we've been doing today. We've used VHF2 to monitor Unicom in case we needed it. Right, speed 250 as we start that descent.
Super terrific, data 110 inbound to depot, climbing to flight level 370.
Amsterdam traffic, over 442 kilos, 6 miles, I'm 106.
Kilo Alpha Golf, runway identified.
Alpine 4081, contact Schiphol approach on 118.08.
Just going to pop that into open descent so we can bleed that speed off. So I reckon we might just be able to see a bit of the airport beneath us. Yeah, there we are down there. This approach is taking us right over the top of the airport.
Midland 89 Golf, holding out with the 8 departing 74 traffic. Schiphol traffic. Schiphol traffic,
First idle open descent. QNH 1028, 2000 blue. And let's now run our approach checklist. So, Barrow Ref 1028 is QNH. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimum is 190.
For the ILS runway 6 into Schiphol via Art 1B.
Auto brake. We'll use auto brake low. Don't actually need auto brake with this long runway. And the EFB is stopped.
National Cargo 952 heavy departing runway 36 center.
Schiphol traffic, Midland 89 Golf, departing 747 at Whiskey and lining up 18.
VS 900.
Schiphol traffic.
Schiphol traffic, Skyline 1556, lining up runway 36 and will depart behind, correction after Midland 89 Golf.
Quick temperature check. Don't need the anti-ice.
Alpine 4081. Looks like we're off course. Let's get back on track. Descend and maintain 5,000, turn left, heading 225 vectors for the ILS runway 6 approach.
Yeah, do need a way of being able to turn off the Saint Engines air traffic control. I still want the cabin crew, just don't want anything else. Parallel 42 SimFX coming in here, showing us the clouds that we're descending through, which looks lovely.
And Schiphol traffic, Midland 89 Golf, off departure 36 Central will be turning left heading 342, climbing flight level 60 initially, and then proceeding direct on track again. The Amsterdam traffic.
Traffic 10605 is pushing start, Charlie 5, 10 minutes pushback.
Okay, push for managed speed. 2.8 tons of fuel still on board, enough for a go around and another go.
Schiphol traffic, Midland 89 Golf, departing 36 Center. Schiphol traffic. Schiphol traffic, connect 4 with
Alpine 4081, contact Schiphol approach on 118.08. Alpine 4081, approach. Descend and maintain 3,000, turn left, heading 185. Alpine 4081, 10 miles from AM 110. Turn left heading 115. Descend and maintain 2,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 6 approach.
Ooh, yeah, that ATC is getting on my nerves a little bit now. We don't need it. Okay, flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. Speed 180 is set. Mike Huckle says Beyond ATC made a bit of a pixie over vectoring you into Gibraltar. Gibraltar is a special case though, isn't it?
Schiphol traffic, yes, Skyline 1556 departing runway 36 Center.
Clicking the ATC button in the lower right will turn it off, will it? Oh, so it does. Oh, fruit bat, thank you. I needed that. Didn't know you could do that. Right, we won't get interrupted again now.
Traffic, 664, lining up runway 06 for departure.
Schiphol traffic, Alpine 4081, establishing now ILS runway 06, 12 mile final, correction, 11 mile final, speed 180.
Traffic,
Radar altimeter alive. So, alt, glide slope, lock blue, cap 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2, platform altitude 2,000 feet, approaching that now.
for Whiskey Papa plus 223 to Alpha Alpha. Cockpit and 165, 367 high correct.
Just a reminder then, we vacate to the left, right on Bravo. If we need to go around, it's straight out on runway heading with a very low go around altitude of 2,000 feet. Lock star, glide slopes coming down to meters, flaps 2, speed's checked, flaps 2. We need flaps 2 before 2,000 feet anyway, so that's fine. Start to manage the speed as well. Skip all traffic, Alpine 4081, established 8 miles, runway 06.
Last
stop captured.
Pursuing direct en route, Bergie, climbing flight level 390.
Missed approach altitude 2,000 feet is set.
320.
Gear down. Spoilers armed. Flaps 3. Speed's checked. Flaps 3. Cabin crew seats for landing.
Cabin crew take seats for landing.
Traffic, NFM 225, taking off the way 3600.
Landing checklist. Cabin secured, go around altitude 2,000 feet. Set, eco memo, landing no blue. The slightest bit of crosswind from the left as we're coming in. Autopilot off, 5 control.
Skip all traffic, Transavia 3 Alpha, taxiing holding point runway 26 center, maneuvering around KLM 737, skip all.
Ja, en voor de 3 Alpha, ik ga nu rijden.
Schiphol, traffic is 47 Mike at taxi via Alpha at Bravo to Whiskey 9, runway 36.
1,000 feet. Stable.
Above. Minimum.
Continue. Okay, so spoilers, reverse green, decel. Eighty knots, reverses off. Manual brakes.
Skipper traffic, KLM 75 uniform, taxiing holding point 36 center via Alpha 13 and Bravo.
For its canals, which are over 400 years old, and it's also known for being the home of
Schiphol traffic filling 4 Whiskey Papa lining up and departing 36 center Schiphol.
13 degrees Celsius, with a few clouds in the sky. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we reach our final parking position. Thank you for flying with us.
Schiphol traffic, runway 06 vacated. Primary flight display, good evening. Right, let's begin the long taxi around then now.
Schiphol traffic, KLM 29 kilo behind the departing Boeing A320 lining up Whiskey A320 center.
Schiphol traffic, KLM 1605 via Whiskey 10 line of way 36 enter Schiphol traffic.
Right, there's a long taxi all the way around on Bravo.
Aircraft on Whiskey 8, you can depart ahead of us if you want.
No, it's fine, you can go.
No, go ahead.
Okay, in that case, behind Welling Airbus A320, Lufthansa 7 Alpha, lining up and wait, 36 center.
Just had to go and quickly unlock the door. Right, so who's going to be with us tomorrow when we take the Super Jumbo for a ride? Where would you like to see it fly to? We've got to be a bit sensible on the timings, I guess, but where would you like to see the first flight? Where is going to be your first flight in the A380?
Schiphol traffic, KLM 29 kilo departing runway 36 center Woody 3 Charlie 3 Whiskey departure.
I do think Dubai is going to be a no-go area. Richard, that was my thought. So Richard says the sort of Heathrow to Madrid. I thought that would be a pretty good shout, depending on the time it's released. I'd love to do a, I would love to do a sort of long haul, longish haul, sort of transatlantic hop. I think it would be a great way to put it through its tests, but it all depends on what time it's released. Hey Brian, good to see you. Celebrating 32 months of channel membership as well. That is amazing. Thank you.
Schiphol traffic, Lufthansa 7 Alpha departing runway 36 center via Float 4 Whiskey departure.
Virtually is about positioning flight, maybe. I mean, if you're doing a position flight, that sort of be like a Hamburg flight out of there, wouldn't it? Richard says he's not even attempting VATSIM tomorrow. I know the feeling. We're going to do it. We're definitely going to do it. Where we do it is the interesting question. Brian says he's now loving the Phoenix Airbus after many hours with Boeing. Have you seen the light now, Brian? Thank you so much for your membership as well. I really appreciate that. Fruit bar. We also, I did also think about doing that as well.
Taking over
A Toulouse to Hamburg flight.
45 whiskey departure, civil traffic.
Civil traffic, Easy 47 Mike, whiskey 9er liner behind 273, 26 center, Schiphol.
Right, time to get to our hotel stands down here. Gorgeous Cathay Pacific aircraft. Grew up watching those flying into Manchester as a kid. Used to fly the Cathay Pacific 747s over our house.
Lufthansa 290 4000 feet descending 2000 feet for ILS runway 18 right.
Richard, I have no idea what liveries will be available. I'd heard rumours of British Airways and Emirates. Emirates would make sense, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Another reason why I think Dubai is going to be a mess tomorrow. I've actually taken the wrong taxiway.
Amsterdam traffic, LM 1605, 1500.
It's because I'm not concentrating. My lad's just come home and I'd locked him out by mistake. So we are parking at the wrong gate. Apologies for this. We should be in the hotel stands, not stand 62. But anyway. Is it 62? It's golf team. Never mind.
Lining up 36, center behind the Easyjet. And for the Lufthansa 290, runway 18 right is not in use right now. Landing at the moment is at...
Okay, so I am afraid I am going to have to shoot off pretty quickly now. So just a big thank you to all of you for watching our flight today. Do make sure you are with us tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a fun day. Whatever time that A380 is dropped, we will be around. We will be live. We will be looking forward to that. I will be looking forward to seeing you. I just hope it's dropped early enough so that we can get a really good, long, sort of epic flight in. A massive shout out, as always, to our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members. You are incredible. Thank you so much for the unwavering support you guys give. Also, nice to see so many of you over on Twitch as well this evening. Appreciate that. Hope once again you will join us tomorrow for our A380 day of flying. If it's released early enough, we will of course have a beautiful long-ish kind of haul flight, trying to do a real ops as well in terms of real world route, etc. But a lot will depend on what time that aircraft drops, and I know everyone is going to be looking forward to that. Thanks so much everyone for joining us tonight. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Have a great evening. Sorry I'm rushing straight off. I've got tea to cook or I'm going to be in trouble. Good night everyone. Bye bye.